forward under the leadership and tenure of Bangladesh's advisor, Mohammad Yunus. Let's take a look at this. Caught on camera, remember, not just for Bengal or Bangladesh, but many parts of India as well. For Rabindranath Tagore's ancestral house that has been long respected, even on this side of the border. The mob in Bangladesh was seen attacking Rabindranath Tagore's ancestral home. All of this is caught on camera. We're not putting out conjectures or theories. A mob raised hateful chants against Tagore. His house has been targeted. In many ways, the existence of Tagore, who's seen as an intellectual, spiritual, artist figure, but it's an open assault now with regard to now how Bangladesh is emerging. Remember, while, of course, much of it is in Bengal, the appreciation, the follow-up culture with regard to Rabindranath Tagore, but so it was in Bangladesh too. His ancestral home being vandalized. Who's part of this mob? What's happening? Let's dip in. Let's take a look at these visuals. So it's a CCTV footage. We are not yet aware about who resides in this residence, but this is the remnant. You can see remnants on your screen about broken glasses. Young men in Bangladesh. We've seen many rampage visuals that have come in from Bangladesh over the past few months. Complete breakdown, it appears, of law and order. According to our information, this is the ancestral home. Look at this. We're not yet aware if there were people residing in this residence at this juncture, what happened, but what a scary moment. Young men entering into what we are told is Rabindranath Tagore's ancestral house in Bangladesh. This is Sirajganj. We'll try and get more details on this. But it's a reminder, perhaps, of the kind of tempers that are running high. And this is not with regard to just Tagore. We have seen in the past as well that there have been attacks to those who've been seen as Bangladesh's founding figures. Remember, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's residence has been targeted as well, and who was once a figure who you wouldn't really touch. There was no criticism about him, but now we've seen vandalism on the surface as well. But when we talk about Tagore, a Nobel laureate, a figure respected across all ideologies, joining me now for the latest on that, Sukhantu Majumdar. He's a minister, but importantly, remember, a resident of Bengal, associated with Bengali culture. Sukhantu Majumdar, what does one say to these visuals? What are you picking up about what's happening in Bangladesh, even attacking Tagore's ancestral house?
See, this is an incident which is a testimony of radical Islam, and the Tagore's ancestral house, which is known as the Kachari house, which is situated in the Shahjahanpur of Bangladesh, Sirajganj, that has been vandalized. And these people, this fool, even don't know that existence of Bengali is incomplete without the Rabindranath Tagore, because he is not only the Nobel laureate, he is the first Nobel laureate of this continent, that is the Asia, and the Tagore has contributed so much in Bengali culture that without Rabindranath Tagore, the Bengali culture is incomplete. Even Bengalis are incomplete without Rabindranath. So these foolish people, they have been radicalized, and this radicalization is also happening in the state of West Bengal. So both the sides of the border, it may be Bangladesh and it may be this side, where these radical people are, increasing day by day, is a great threat to the culture.
Stay on with me. As you say, these radical elements that are increasing, and you're right, there's been a communal violence incident in Bengal as well over opening of a shop. I want to first ask you another question. I can see a person being beaten brutally on the CCTV, and I pick up from my research that this was a museum, of course, dedicated to the Rabindranath Tagore and family's culture and, of course, the history. So that means some tiff happened over a museum issue, and groups of young men come charging and want to destroy it all.
Yes, this is a incident. It is due to the radical angle, because the whole Bangladesh is now under such a regime where the people have been radicalized, and anything which is related to Hindu culture or Hindu name, they are vandalizing everything. But they have forgotten their forefathers were the Hindus. So this is that they are denying the culture. They are trying to connect themselves with the Arabs. But the Arabs, they don't consider themselves, culturally they are same. But these foolish people, they don't know anything about the culture, Bengali culture, Bengali, history.
Yes.
And that's why they are doing their...
Why are you mentioning Bengal and Bangladesh in this case in the same voice, Mr. Sukant Majumdar? It's very interesting because there is Mohammed Yunus, it's a different country. Here is Mamata Banerjee, a CM of Bengal. But why do you think radical elements of this nature are increasing on both sides of the border?
See, that is evident from the incidents those are happening in the state of West Bengal. And Mamata Banerjee is doing this and allowing this radicalization for the sake of votes only. Even yesterday, the riot erupted in the Diamond Harbour Lok Sabha. That is the constituency of the nephew of the Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee. And in front of the police, the Hindu religious sacred plant, Tulsi, and we call it Tulsi Manch, where the plant is planted, and that has been vandalized in front of the police. And similar kind of incident happened in the Murshidabad, Malda, Mothabari, and prior to that, some other parts of the West Bengal, such as Howrah, especially when incident erupted, similar kinds of incident erupted, when the Nupur Sharma incident happened. And the thing is that every time, I have even, you may run your mind response.
Okay.
During the Murshidabad incident, at that time also I said, the SOP is same. Police is allowing these goons, radical Islamist goons, to destroy the Hindu temple, Hindu religious things, Hindu houses, in front of police. Same kind of vandalization happened in front of police in Murshidabad, which is evident by the report of the High Court, 3-member committee of the High Court. It is very clear from that.
Thank you for speaking to India Today, Mr. Sukant Majumdar. He's the Union Minister. He's also from Bengal and, of course, has a connect with regard to Bangladesh's history and culture. Disturbing visuals on our screen right now. I want to bring in our editor, Indrajit Kundu from Kolkata. Indrajit, I understand a political, ideological difference when it came to Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, for example. His house also was vandalized. But I would like to believe that Rabindranath Tagore is above and beyond all of this. What happened here? What place is this? Was someone residing here? Tell us about these scary moments. Young men, a mob vandalizing. And I can see they were hitting someone as well.
Well, look, what has happened, of course, is that this is an incident that took place in the Sirajganj district of Bangladesh. And this happened on Monday. What we are given to understand is that there was a dispute over parking at the location. And then the mob started vandalizing, establishments in and around that area. And as you can see in that CCTV footage, the Rabindra Kachari Bhavan, which is one of the ancestral houses of Rabindranath Tagore, it has been turned into a museum. Now, that was in that vicinity. And the angry mob, the crowds, broke open into the gates of the Rabindra Kachari Bhavan, and they started vandalizing the reception area at the museum. And we are given to understand that some of the security guards were also injured there. Now, the government has constituted a 3-member committee to probe the matter, but the big question is that these are very, very unsavory scenes. It clearly reminds us of what we have seen just a few months back and even last year, when the father of Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, his ancestral house, Hanmondi 32, that was completely razed, that was set on fire, that was vandalized, not once, but twice. And, this clearly goes on to show, and a lot of people have been apprehensive about this, that, there is rising jihadi elements within Bangladesh. A lot of them who were behind the bar during the last administration of Sheikh Hasina, they have been, set out from the prison. And a lot of the elements are now out in the open in Bangladesh, and you see what is happening. So there seems to be a pattern. Earlier, we reported last year how a singer and popular, somebody who was very popular in the art and culture fraternity of Bangladesh, Rahul Anando,
of course,
his house had been set on fire in Dhaka.
Correct.